Exciting day. Some of us have waited a long time. It feels a lot longer even than it was, but I just want to welcome you to the opening of the Great Plains Food Bank Regional Service Center in Bismarck. And as you can see, it is a grand facility. I just cannot wait to fill it with food and get going. I want to, first of all, introduce a few people that are here today. We have another one of the board of directors is here, Terry Rockstead. Terry's back over there. I'm Kathy Schneider, and I am also on the board of directors along with several other people from the Bismarck area and across the state. So we are excited to move in this. We are so excited that we can work with partners that we've worked with for many years while we hauled food from Bismarck and unpacked it and then delivered it in the area. And we've worked with churches and foundations and charitable food sources serving meals. And so all those people have come together, and now we'll have such a much easier time picking up their food. And I also want to say what this does for the western part of the state, for not only Bismarck, but for the cities that are further west of us and the small towns that have such a difficult time getting services and getting food. And especially at this time right now, we know that we have critical needs, and we are so pleased that we are able to fill that role. I have someone who knows the food bank industry backward and forward and inside out, our CEO, and I'm going to let him explain things to you. Welcome, Steve Sellant.
Well, thank you, Kathy, and this is indeed a very exciting day for our organization as we look to expand our work across central and western North Dakota. 37 years ago, the Great Plains Food Bank opened the doors of our very first facility. The concept behind our work was simple: use surplus food donated by the food industry that would otherwise go to waste to help feed hungry people. While the concept was simple, the results have been dramatic, with more than 195 million meals provided to our hungry neighbors since that very first day. Over the years, we've had some really key moments that led us to big leaps on the journey to end hunger. Those leaps allowed us to expand from serving the Fargo-Moorhead area to providing services in 117 communities across North Dakota and in Clay County, Minnesota today. From providing food for 160,000 meals that first year to more than 14 million meals last year. And from serving several thousand people facing hunger in the early years to more than 100,000 individuals in North Dakota and Clay County, Minnesota this past year. When we look back in a few years, I think we'll see the opening of this facility today and the impact that we'll have on children, seniors, and families that are suffering from the pain and hardship of hunger as another of those truly key moments in the history of our organization. At times like this, I think it's important to reflect on what brought us here to this point in time, as well as how today positions us to take the next big step in ending hunger. Since I've had the privilege of leading the organization for more than 30 years, it seemed appropriate that I share a little bit about the journey that brought us to today. And as I look back, our first 25 years were primarily dedicated to spreading our services across the state and finding new sources of donated food. Our distribution grew steadily each year, aided by the addition of programs to recover and distribute perishable food in addition to shelf-stable food, and to move into a new large distribution center in Fargo. But as we approached our 25th anniversary, our board and staff took a hard look at where we were at in the fight against hunger and came to the conclusion that while what we were doing was making a huge impact, if we're ever going to end hunger, we needed to rethink our business model. Following a landmark study of the charitable hunger relief system in 2008, we set out on an aggressive plan for the second chapter of our history that led to great strides in ending hunger over the next 8 years. We continue to expand our original work, which is really about supplying food pantries and emergency feeding programs with the food that they need to put food boxes together and serve meals. But after identifying significant gaps in services, For the first time in our history, we also started our own direct service programs targeting childhood, senior, and rural hunger. And during those 8 years, we established 7 programs, such as our mobile food pantry program and backpack program, to better meet the needs of hungry North Dakotans. And in less than a decade, we more than doubled the number of meals we were providing, from under 5 million to more than 10 million, and increased the number of hungry people our services reached by more than 50,000 people. And I should note that a key part of our expansion during this period was actually adding a truck and driver out here in the Bismarck Mandan area to recover surplus and perishable products from grocery stores, wholesalers, and other food industry partners. But as we wrapped up what we had set out to do in that chapter of our history and started to put together our current strategic plan a little over 4 years ago, we found ourselves once again realizing that while our work and impact had grown substantially, if we're going to end hunger, we needed to bring further innovation to our business model. That included adding new programs and initiatives to again provide more food to more people. But after 33 years of continually expanding the number of meals we were providing each year, it had also become clear that if food alone was the answer, we would have solved hunger by then. That led to the development of our Ending Hunger 2.0 program, focused on reducing the need for food assistance over the long term by addressing the root causes of hunger through community-based solutions, research, and advocacy. We set an ambitious 5-year goal for the current chapter of our work to reduce the number of meals people in North Dakota and western Minnesota are missing by 50%, by half, and a transformational goal of creating a hunger-free North Dakota by 2037. Central and imperative to accomplishing those goals was our Feed the Future campaign. Campaign set a goal of $5.1 million and to accomplish 3 objectives. Expand and update our Fargo facility because we were just maxed out on space with all the growth we've been experiencing. Expanded ongoing programs and established new programs that included our school pantry program, senior food pack program, and Ending Hunger 2.0 program, which we have already started through the campaign. And of course, what brought us here today, to establish a regional service center in the Bismarck Mandan community. As we look to the future, for a little over 4 years ago, and what it would take to make the next big leap in ending hunger, having a regional service center in Bismarck to accelerate expansion of services to clients and partners across central and western North Dakota, to support the recovery of more food, to facilitate transportation and other efficiencies, having a second hub in the state, and to increase community engagement, including building a large volunteer force here in Bismarck Mandan, rose to the very, very top of our list. With the successful completion of the Feed the Future campaign just recently, where we exceeded our $5.1 million goal thanks to very many generous donors, and the purchase and retrofitting of this building, we are tremendously excited that this cornerstone, this building block of achieving our vision of a hunger-free North Dakota is now in place. I'm also pleased to report that after year 4 of our 5-year goal to reduce the number of missing meals in our state by 50%, we are right on track to accomplish that goal, although COVID-19 has certainly thrown a few wrinkles into our plan. We have an absolutely tremendous staff and board who make these incredible achievements possible. But every meal we provide is also a testament to our wonderful community partners who make our work possible. From our food donors who take the time and make the effort to donate their surplus perishable product, to our financial donors who provide the means to handle, store, and distribute the product, our more than 5,000 volunteers who get the product ready for distribution, our partner food shelves and feeding programs who get it into the hands of those who need it most, our local champions who help promote and facilitate our work in communities across the state, and our advocates who work with us to shape policy impacting our clients and partners. For most of my 30 years with the Great Plains Food Bank, we thought and talked in terms of alleviating hunger because the concept of actually ending hunger was so far out in the distance that we couldn't really grasp it. But with all the progress that has been made in recent years, we're at a point where we can not only envision, but are planning for the day that no one here in Bismarck Mandan and across our state and service area goes hungry. As we look towards that next chapter, and that next big leap in ending hunger, this wonderful new facility will be absolutely crucial in helping us move ever closer to that day. Here to share more about the impact this facility will have and the lives it will touch is our president, Melissa Sobolek.
Well, thank you, Steve. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you all today, those of you in person and all of those who are joining us virtually. And a big hello to our Great Plains Food Bank staff back in Fargo who are having a virtual watch party right now. So over the past few months, this space, this building, has been transformed from an industrial building to be the next chapter in our story, the launch of our regional service center. While we've certainly been busy getting ready for this day, in true food bank fashion, it didn't happen alone. We had hundreds of individuals, businesses, and supporters who helped make this dream a reality. And to each and every one of you, thank you. And I would like to offer a very heartfelt appreciation and thank you to the Great Plains Food Bank board and staff for your unwavering commitment, hours of blood, sweat, and tears, most of which might have been mine, and your passion to see this new chapter unfold. Thank you. Now that the renovations are complete and we have a Bismarck team assembled, we are ready. We are ready to deepen our work in Central and Western North Dakota. And we are ready to make a difference in the lives of so many who struggle with hunger. So I want you to imagine the hope that this building can bring. It's not just a building or warehouses or offices, it's so much more. It's smiles, it's promise, it's progress, it's hope that tomorrow is a little better and brighter than today. Our new regional service center will allow us to expand and enhance our programs and operations in Central and Western North Dakota. A more centrally located warehouse will improve our efficiencies as we bring donated food in and transport food out to our partner agencies and through our direct service programs. Out of this building, we will support, strengthen, and grow our child hunger programs like youth summer meals and school pantries. We will pack up and distribute senior food boxes. We will build on our SNAP outreach program and implement new and cutting-edge programs like wellness pantries and pilot new community-based solutions. There will be incredible, amazing work that can and will happen in this space. And it is all centered around our clients and our mission to end hunger. So I want you to imagine the faces of those we serve. The parents who skip a meal so their kids can eat. The veteran who was forced to choose medication over food this month. The single mom who just picked up extra shifts for a little extra income, even though it means less time with her kids. The senior who splits his meals with his dog so his best friend can eat too. The older brother who pockets fruit from his school lunch to take home for his toddler sister. Because of our work and your support, we can change their reality and restore their hope. I can't wait to see and imagine the smiles on those kiddos' faces when they get to eat 3 meals a day and their bellies are full. I'll imagine the relief in the eyes of parents who don't have to forgo their meals so their kids can eat and don't have to worry about feeding their kids tomorrow. I imagine the children, the freedom they'll feel when they can grow and play and just be kids instead of worrying about whether their siblings have enough food at home. And I can imagine the grateful tears in the eyes of seniors who don't have to make tough choices between food and medication or food or heat. Imagine a world filled with hope, with laughter, with smiles, with happiness, with full hearts, full bellies, and full plates. I imagine a hunger-free North Dakota every single day, but I can't imagine it without each and every one of you. You all are a very vital part of this work. Imagine the impact we can have when we're all in, when we stand beside each other, united in our passion to end hunger. Imagine a future where we're standing here saying, we did it. We ended hunger. So let's imagine it, and then together, let's do it. So starting today, you can make a difference. You can join us and engage with us in so many ways. The first way is coming up on Monday. Monday, November 16th, you can help us fill our Bismarck warehouse by donating to our Bismarck Regional Service Center virtual food drive. For those of you in person and streaming online, you will get an email with a participation link. We hope that you'll forward it to your networks, your friends, post on your social feeds, but you will be able to virtually choose the items you would like to put on our shelves. It could be food, it could be personal care items like shampoo or toothpaste, it could be paper products like toilet paper and paper towels, or even diapers. The Great Plains Food Bank is proud also to be the official North Dakota diaper bank. And then after the holidays, we need your help in our facility volunteering. We need your help to pack up and prepare food for distribution all across the state. Whether you are an individual or a group of 10, we need you. We strictly adhere to the CDC guidelines on distancing, mask wearing, and we have rigorous cleaning and sanitation practices in place. We will keep you safe while you come to serve. Please reach out to us to find out how you can volunteer and get engaged in the Bismarck-Mandan area. With winter at our doorstep and a pandemic looming overhead, we honestly need you more than ever before. I can't thank you enough for joining us on this journey to end hunger and for making this dream a reality. I truly can imagine a hunger-free North Dakota with your support. Thank you. And it is absolutely my privilege to introduce Brian Ritter, the president of the Bismarck-Mandan Chamber EDC.
Well, good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Brian Ritter. I am very privileged to serve as the president of the Bismarck-Mandan Chamber EDC. And first and foremost, on behalf of our organization, our staff, our board of directors, and our 1,200 members, I want to congratulate all of you for what truly is a momentous occasion. This marks the culmination of a lawful lot of blood, sweat, and tears, as Melissa just told you about. Now, you might be wondering, why is the chamber guy here? Why is the president of the Chamber EDC here? And I want to tell you why. When you consider that our organization's mission, our mission statement reads, advocating for business, fostering economic growth, shaping the future of our community. If you boil that down, really what it means is we're the ones trying to keep Bismarck-Mandan growing, and growing our community is. If you consider just for a moment that 20 years ago, the Bismarck-Mandan metro area was about 100,000 in population and was about a $1 billion economy. Fast forward 20 years, we're about 125,000 people in the metro area and about a $1.8 billion economy. The community has grown. It's going to keep growing, as evidenced by the fact that over the last 3 school years, there are now more than 1,000 more kids in our K-12 school systems. Think about that. I'm a kid who grew up here in South Bismarck, not far from this very facility. There are now more than 1,000 more K-12 students in our community. There's 25,000 more people in our metro than there were 20 years ago. So we're growing, but with that growth comes challenges, it comes issues, and unfortunately hunger is one of those things. But we should all take solace in the fact that there are organizations like the Great Plains Food Bank who are here to help be that solution, to help address that need. And think about this for a moment. For all of those food partners that work with the Great Plains Food Bank, all of those food partners who have extra food, they can now have a place to donate that food. For all those people, the emergency food programs this organization supports, you are that solution. And for anyone in that community, in our community, who wants to help be a part of the solution and who wants to be a part of helping end hunger, you can do so right here with this facility. You, in so many ways here, Melissa and Steve and the rest of the team, in so many ways you are the solution to what is one of our community's most critical problems. So once again, on behalf of the organization, I want to thank you all. I want to congratulate you all, but I want to end with a call to action. To any of the Chamber EDC members who might be watching, to any of the members of the community at large who might be watching, I'm asking for your help to assist, to aid, to come, to answer the call that you just heard Melissa give, to volunteer, to serve, and again, to help ensure that no one here in Bismarck Mandan goes hungry. Now, true to form, as with any Chamber EDC event, we usually end them with a ribbon cutting. So at this point, I'm going to ask our Chamber EDC ambassadors to come forward, as well as members of the team, to help cut a ribbon, because that's what we do best here.
Okay, so as everybody has a mask on, I can still see you smiling with your eyes. Right? That part's clear, okay? So I know we've been practicing all week, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first picture is going to be a practice one, so we'll just have the scissors over the top of the ribbon, all eyes up here, and then we'll take 2 pictures there, and then we're going to do the action photo, okay? So on 3, we will do the first one. There's a lot of people and a lot of space. Okay. On 3. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All eyes up here, right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is the action photo, what we've been waiting for all this time, right? On 3, we're going to cut the ribbon, okay? On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, congratulations.
We're going to do a little bit of a wrap up here. I want to thank everyone for their comments. Steve, Melissa, Brian, thank you so much. If you're looking for more information on things you can do, you can find us on greatplainsfoodbank.org. And we look forward to joining us in our volunteer center, which, starting next week, this will be an experience that you will really, really enjoy. And we're going to do a tour of this facility when we're done. And I wanted to mention one thing. When I started working in the food insecurity business, so to speak, back in 2000, the end of 2012, I worked at a food pantry and we picked up our first food supply, 500 pounds, which sounded like a lot of food, and distributed it. And it's when I looked into the faces of people in our community who were hungry, children who were hungry, senior citizens, people who were living in the margins. And I just want to say that all the things we do about packing food and distributing food, it's really about the people. And I think all of us need to keep that in mind, that this isn't a job. When we see some of the ads on TV with the children always touch your heart more. But nothing is more heart-rending than having a senior citizen receive a box of food and have tears rolling down her face because she is so grateful. It's our neighbors, it's people we don't really suspect that have hunger needs. And so I'm so grateful for all of you who came today. I'm really grateful that we are at this point right now, and I really look forward to people being able to come and volunteer. So have a great day. For those of you that are online, stay tuned and we'll give you a virtual tour, and the rest will do a tour here. Thank you, everybody, for making this such a great day.
Welcome to the Great Plains Food Bank. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Otto Bremer Trust reception area. This is home to our growing Bismarck team of 5. We have 4 office staff that work in major gifts, outreach, partnerships, and food recovery and distribution. We have 1 truck and driver that are on the road every single day recovering food that'll soon be brought into our warehouse. I want to extend a special thanks to 4 incredible donors who have sponsored our new office space: NISC, North Dakota Farmers Union, Bremer Bank, and MDU Resources Foundation. I cannot wait for you to see the warehouse. Are you ready? Let's go. Here you are. These racks may be empty now, but soon they'll be filled with food that's donated from all across this country. We recover surplus food that would otherwise go to waste. We will truck it into our warehouse, put it on a shopping list, and get it out to food pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters. As the one and only food bank in the state of North Dakota, we are an efficient operation and look forward to filling these racks with your help very soon. Thanks to generous supporters like you and like Laverne Johnson, we were able to add a walk-in freezer and cooler. For us at the Great Plains Food Bank, your health and nutrition are extremely important, and we look forward to recovering even more fresh produce, dairy products, bakery items, and meats that'll be stored right here in our freezer and cooler. We can house up to 2 semi-loads of freezer and cooler product. And I invite you to take a look. To the Shields Community Room, where we look forward to hosting community meetings with community partners as we all work together to solve hunger. We will have a full-scale community room with a kitchen, technology, everything that you will need for your small group to meet. This is where the magic will happen. Volunteers will enter here and fill food boxes that'll go all across central and western North Dakota. Are you ready to take a peek? Let's go. Welcome to the Tom and Frances thanks to American Bank Center and generous donors like you, we were able to add on a truck loading bay. This is where millions of pounds will enter our warehouse from food donations all across this country, whether it's retailers, producers, growers, manufacturers. We can't wait to see your truck backed up to this loading bay, delivering food and filling our warehouse. Last year alone, we served 135,000 people through our direct service programs and all of our partner agencies across North Dakota and Clay County, Minnesota. With your help and support, we were able to put food on their table and make sure that they don't have to make tough choices. Now, by opening the Bismarck Regional Service Center, we can make an even bigger impact in their lives and end hunger for good. We can't wait for you to join us on this new and exciting journey. And just like it says, together we will solve hunger. Thank you.